Vivian's here, postcard from Cebu. I love you, baby, so much. Mwah.
How to find your hot Filipina lover, girlfriend, wife, whatever. I'm going to talk about 3 different ways you can do that, but let me give you some background. This is for those of you who are kind of like me. I was divorced about 10 years ago, and at age 52, and I had been, it was a tough time for me, and I went to dating sites and I looked, and dated a few girls and had a girlfriend for a little while and things like that. But it really just it was all kind of disenchanting for me. I really wasn't interested in it. And over a period of time, I discovered that I kind of had a thing for Asian women. So I ended up going to a dating site called Asian Dating, and Vivian and I met there. But there are other ways you can do it depending on the kind of guy you are. Filipinas love Western men, and I'm generalizing here, of course, because I have to. Not all Filipinos are going to love all Western men, but a vast majority do, and they're very attracted to and interested in Western men. And that doesn't necessarily mean just white Western men. I have a niece who is Filipina and is married to an African American man. And there are a couple of African American Filipina couples on YouTube. So I think it's more has to do with Western values and Western culture. Also because to a Filipina, a Westerner represents wealth. They don't really understand the way things go here unless they've been here. So to them, we are seen as wealthy individuals. So besides the fact that there's a physical attraction, they like the features of Western men. They are also attracted to the fact that they could have a guy that they consider to be somewhat wealthy. So basically what that makes you, in the Philippines, you're a rock star. If you're a Western guy, you're a rock star in the Philippines. And so 3 different ways to meet a Filipina, especially if you're in a situation like me where you're an older guy and recently divorced and you're fed up with the dating sites and the Western women and all of that kind of stuff. I'll give you 3 ways that you can go about doing this. And it kind of depends on your personality. What kind of guy are you and what are you looking for? I'll be honest with you, in the very beginning for me, I really didn't know. I just knew that I was attracted to Asian women. And that ultimately led me to Vivian and the Philippines. But we're going to keep this conversation specifically about the Philippines because I really don't have much experience in any of the other Asian countries in terms of dating women there. Probably the first one is if you're a real outgoing kind of guy and you're sure of yourself, just go there. Just get on a plane, take a vacation, go to Cebu or Manila or someplace. And, I thought about this and I was like, well, if I were to do it differently, I would just go to Cebu. I would book a room at the Red Planet Hotel, which is right across the street from Ayala Mall. And you could just go into Ayala Mall, strike up a conversation with, any person that, you fancied and you have a very high percentage of being successful there. So that's one way you can do it. And that means that you need to be pretty self-confident. Me, at the time I started my journey, my confidence was kind of lacking for having been through a divorce and been through a couple of relationships that I didn't think were very good and that kind of stuff. The second second approach you can use, which is similar to the first one, except that you go to Asia, you go to Philippines, to Cebu, Manila, whatever, and then you use the dating sites and just set up your date right away. Now, The advantage to that is if you're not looking to be in a very serious relationship, then you're on the ground there, so you can contact one of the girls on Filipino Cupid, Asian Dating, Cherry Blossoms, whatever, and you can say, hey, I'm here in Cebu right now. Would you like to meet me for dinner? And so you can use that approach, make the contact online, and then make that first in-person contact at Ayala Mall or someplace close, and you can use that avenue to introduce yourself to Filipinos. The third way, which is the way that I went, was I actually struck up a conversation with Vivian online on a website called Asian Dating, and we chatted for many, many months before I even made that first trip to the Philippines. And this approach gives you a chance to kind of get to know this person before you go meet in person, and you can decide whether or not she's somebody that you want to get further involved with or not. In my case, I wasn't looking just to get laid, so I was looking for a lifelong partner, and I ended up finding Vivian, and I'm very happy that I did. So there are your three approaches. One, you can just go there, and trust me, you'll be fine. If you have a reasonably decent personality, you're fairly outgoing, you can meet all the people you want at Ayala Mall or any of the malls. You're sure to find someone you like. The other approach is to go there and use the dating sites as kind of a way to get an introduction and meet that person for dinner or whatever and get to know them better in person. And the third approach is just simply get online and set up a profile, and you can do searches based on the province, or like Cebu if you just want to look for Cebu. To be honest with you, when I first did it, I had no idea. I really didn't. I met girls from Vietnam, from China, Taiwan. It wasn't until I met Vivian where something clicked with us, and it just turned out that she was a Filipina. But I'm very happy that I did, and I'm very glad of that. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Up there somewhere should be that subscribe button. Please hit that button to subscribe. We'd love to have you join us. Feel free to leave comments in the comments section below. And especially a lot of our subscribers are already married to Filipinas, and maybe some of you guys can chime in on what your experience was. How did you meet your wife? How did that go for you? And give some insight to the guys that are back where I was 8 years ago, recently divorced, finally getting over that, starting to look around, has an attraction to Asian women. Maybe some of the subscribers can really help tell their story, give you some additional insight into what's going on. Feel free to leave any comments, guys. Keep them appropriate, please. And thanks for watching. Bye.